all right, this is kind of a weird question because it feels like we're kind of writing the poem, but all right, whatever. So we need to effectively illustrate the claim. So let's go to the passage. What is the claim? To you is an 1856 poem by Walt Whitman. In the poem, Whitman suggests that he deeply understands the reader, whom he addresses directly, right? So that's the claim. So you really, really need to focus on that. It's almost like that's the question, right? This is a kind of a backwardsy thing that the SAT does from time to time, where the question is like, go read this. That part of the passage is going to give you the question. This is telling us that we need a line that talks about someone deeply understanding the reader and addressing the reader directly. Those two things need to be checked off or the choice is not going to be good. So let's look at A. Your true soul and body appear before me. Okay, definitely addressing directly. That seems good. So check 1. Your true soul and body appear before me. Well, if I deeply understood someone, then I guess I would understand their true soul. Maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. That feels very poetic. And so when you get into like that kind of interpretation of poetry, you might be stretching things a little bit, but it feels reasonable. Let's see if anything is better. If there's a tighter connection somewhere else, we'll go with that. But I could see how that would work. I imagine that being a connection that the SAT wants me to make. B, whoever you are, so sounds direct. Now I place my hand upon you that you be my poem. Ugh, okay, well, you be my poem. Maybe that's got some, I don't know, maybe understanding. I don't know. Let's move on. That could be work too. C, I should have made my way straight to you long ago. That also seems direct, but that has nothing to do with understanding, right? I should have made my way straight to you long ago. It's not saying I understand you in any way. I just should have come to you. That could be that because I understand you, because I don't. That has nothing to do with the first part of the question. Whoever you are, I fear you are walking the walks of dreams. Okay, well, that also sounds like it's addressing the reader directly. However, whoever you are does not sound like understanding to me. In fact, that sounds like the opposite, right? Whoever you are, I don't know who you are, right? So we need to understand the reader. That's not doing it. So we're between A and B here. I do think we're going to have to make a little bit of a leap because it is poetry. And so sometimes the point of poetry is to kind of get to a point in a more roundabout way. So we're just trying to figure out what's the shortest distance, right? How do we get this idea of deep understanding in the most simple way that requires us, the answers of these questions, to not have to make lots of logical leaps, right? We should be able to explain ourselves in as few words as possible. So let's try it for choice A. Your true soul and body appear before me. If you understand someone's true soul, you understand them, right? That's me proving that part for A. Let's try that for B. Whoever you are, now I place my hand upon you, and you be my poem. Okay, well, whoever you are, maybe I missed this before, but that's the same problem as D, right? I don't understand someone because I don't know who they are, right? And then if they're my poem, does that mean I understand them? That you're my poem because I understand you and I can write about you well? You see, I'm stretching it. I feel it in my explanation, in my brain. I can feel that I'm kind of making stuff up. And that's not a good sign. We want it to be as clear as possible. A is the answer here. It is a much better fit, and it takes less effort for us to prove it with the lines or with the part of the passage that we're given. So this is tricky. This is weird. But with practice, you'll get better at this. And I would just say my best piece of advice here is don't overthink it, right? Overthinking it is why you might pick something like B or C, right? It's kind of because you're starting to almost write your own version of the poem instead of using the very limited words that were given. Stick to the lines as much as possible, and you will get a lot of questions right.